Jihad Ward is staying. Wink is staying. We've also got Bobby Okereke.
Who?
I don't know how to say his name. Okereke.
Okereke.
Yes,
Okereke.
Bobby Okereke. Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another mother and son post-game show, well, post-season show, really, for the New York Giants on family bonding. It's been a very long time. I apologize. I've been gone. I moved into a new apartment. I had a lot of things happen. New job. Everything's fine. We're here. We made it. That's all that matters.
Woo!
With that being said, we have to break down a couple of things that happened while we were gone. Before we do that, we need you to do a couple things for us. The mother, take it away.
Yes, please, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to our channel. Take the time to hit the little subscribe button, hit the bell, and also please leave a comment. Do that too. Leave a comment, hit the bell, subscribe. All of these things would be great because we need you to continue to follow us and to be available when we're available with new content. All right, let's get into it.
All right, everybody. So, a couple of things have happened. We have some re-signings, but before we get into the re-signings, we have one very important announcement. Kenny Galladay is Kenny gone. Let's go. It's been a long time coming. We've been complaining. If you've seen all our videos, we've been complaining since he's pretty much came to the New York Giants. We've been complaining about how horrible he is, useless, waste of space. That is easily the most important thing that we could have talked about right now. So we just needed to get that out of the way. Who is in his place right now? We have someone by the name of Paris Campbell, who was recently signed from the Colts. He is a young guy who actually made a really good impression on the New York Giants in the New Year's game where they played the Colts versus the Giants and we killed them. What was it, 38-10? Yeah.
It was 38-10.
Paris Campbell, let's look at his stats. He's got 63 receptions, 623 yards, and 3 touchdowns. I mean, it's not that many touchdowns, but the Colts didn't really do that great this season. They had Matt Ryan as the quarterback, respectfully. And in addition to his receiving stats, he had 5 rushes for 58 yards. And his longest was 28. The guy shows versatility in the ground game and the pass game. That's something that the Giants like to do. They're incorporating receivers into the run game if they need to.
Yeah.
They're trying to get more people involved in different ways. So that way it's not just a one type of offense or it's pretty concrete what's going to happen with certain people on the field. Except for Saquon. He's the exception. He brings versatility to the team, which is what the Giants are looking for. That fills Kenny Galladay's spot, which, I mean, honestly, you could have threw a bag of chips in that spot and it would have been fine. So
it would have been perfectly fine.
It would have been fine.
Really add much value. When he showed up, it was in a game that we weren't doing well in any way or something like that, or he just was disappointed.
Yeah, he had a touchdown in a meaningless game. It was meaningless. We were already in the playoffs. He just kind of it was just whatever. It was just a guys, I did something moment, and it's like nobody cares.
Trying
man.
to save his job.
Yeah, but you can't salvage that monstrosity of a career. What other signings we got? We re-signed Isaiah Hodgins, who I think deserved it. So congratulations to him. We've got Sterling Shepard back. He agreed to a pay cut because, you know, he's been injury prone, and I respect him. He already took a pay cut last time, but now he's just agreed. He's like, you know what, screw it. It's better than not having a job. That's basically what I feel like his mindset is, and I feel like he's going to take this season to hopefully, if he can stay on the field, use it to give us a reason to re-sign him and give him a longer contract, but he has to be available. The best ability is availability. If you're not available, we can't use you, and you're not needed. And Sterling Shepard is a good receiver. He's not a number one, but when we can get a number one, guarantee you he'll feel like a pseudo number one, because that's how he was when Odell Beckham was in his peak before the incident where he punched the freaking net and hit him back in the face, and it basically ruined everything for him. And all of his any sort of dignity he had, it was gone. After that, that's when Sterling Shepard's career really took a hit because he lost his number one receiver and people started focusing on him more. So he needs someone to be able to take away that attention. Getting more players like Paris Campbell, and also we're looking at some receivers in the draft. We'll talk about that in another video coming up. Stay tuned for that.
Back for that.
Let's look at the other re-signings. Daniel Jones is back, obviously, for 4 years. He had his big contract signing.
Huge
It is huge. It is
guy.
huge. I'm not trying to. I have mixed feelings about it because I don't know if he really deserves that money, but because we're in a quarterback league, they're going to give him the money anyway. Let's just hope that he improves as the team improves. We need him to improve while the line is progressing and the receiving core is progressing as well. We need to see some more improvement moving forward to make me feel and others feel like he deserves that money. Saquon, of course, with the exclusive rights contract to stay with the team. That was huge. I think he deserves that as well. I'm so glad we kept him. If we had gotten rid of him, I don't know. I might have been on this ranting for who knows how long.
It was a smart move.
It was
by the front office. I mean, if they had released him or let him go, or however it would have turned out, he started performing for another team, I mean, they would feel like they shot themselves in the foot at that point.
Absolutely. Yeah, and if he was balling, man, I'm telling you, he's one of the reasons we were in the position we were. He's one of the
It's
reasons.
true.
So
He stepped up majorly. He
yeah,
came back. He needed that year before to get himself back together. But
right,
he came back full force this past season. So
right.
good for him.
To briefly go over the other re-signings we've got, moving on, we've got Jihad Ward, big
Hmm.
improvement for the defense when we signed him. So, and that's also a product of, especially since Wink Martindale had a hand in that when it comes to re-signing Jihad Ward. So, makes sense that he's back on the team. He goes wherever
Yeah.
Don Wink Martindale goes. So, if Jihad Ward is staying, Wink is staying. We've also got Bobby Okereke.
Who?
I don't know how to say his name. Okereke.
Okirike.
Yes,
Okirike.
Bobby Okereke from the Colts had a
It
huge
will help
game.
that if he performs well this season, we will know his name assuredly for the rest of the season.
Yes.
Because they'll be saying it a lot. So hopefully that'll be the case.
The mother actually did a little bit of research on him. I was actually going to let you chime in. Did you want to briefly
No,
describe?
'cause I don't remember what I said because I'm tired.
That's fine. I got it. Son's got it. Don't worry, family. We got it. So, so Bobby Okereke. I don't know if anyone actually was paying close attention to that debacle for at least the Colts, but the joy it was for the Giants to watch us just destroy a team like that. Bobby Okereke on the defensive side had 17 tackles and a forced fumble. To have that as your stat line in a game where your team got demolished shows that he played 100% the whole game through. And I think that is what impressed the Giants front office most about him, is that his effort and the fact that he performed the way he did, even in a game that was a blowout and pretty much was already decided. He played all the way
Yeah.
through to the last whistle. So that's somebody who I look forward to seeing on our defense. We need more linebackers that are willing to take control of the defense, be that general that we
Absolutely.
need in the middle of the field, give 100% effort, and get people around him to feel encouraged to do the same. So I'm happy about that signing. And last but not least, I don't know if I mentioned him, Darius Slayton and Lawrence Cager. Lawrence Cager being the tight end, and Darius Slayton, the undrafted free agent that we had back in 2019 or whatever it was. He's still on the team, showing that I think he earned his spot too, despite he had some games where, you just want to, but
Right.
for the most part, there were times where I watched him and I was like, oh, wow, that's an improvement. And there were catches he made that kept us in games. And
Oh,
plays he made.
100%.
So he deserved it.
100%.
I still think he needs to
Yeah.
improve. There still needs to be
Right.
some
And maybe
improvement.
the system that's being built around him, maybe
You're right.
there'll be something more that we'll see from him in the coming season.
Right.
Hopefully.
Coaching is definitely a big part of football. You
Mhm.
can't really do anything if you don't have a good coach. Definitely, maybe the offensive coordinator and Coach Daboll will figure everything out and improve the offense moving forward. Not that it wasn't improved, because it was already astoundingly improved. It was amazing.
Oh yeah.
And then, of course, that is it for right now for all the re-signings that we have up to this point. I think that moving forward, they should still focus on looking at wide receivers in the draft and other offensive linemen. We definitely need to revamp the offensive line still, because as we've seen this past season and seasons previously before this one, injuries. The offensive
Ugh.
line is never the same from week 1 to week 16 or 17. Never
no.
the same.
Right.
Even through the middle of the season, it always changes. We need to make sure that we have depth in the offensive line. And Andrew Thomas, I'm sorry. I don't know. You're running out of time for me. You're already I'm sure you're done with a lot of other people, but for me, I'm trying to hold on, because as somebody who has seen you play really well in games, I need to see more of that. We didn't draft you number 3 overall for you to be like this.
Yeah, hopefully he will redeem himself. And again, somebody else who, with the rebuilding of our system and everything, will
I get it.
do a little bit more.
Last thing, we forgot about Darren Waller.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't feel that great about it, because he's a guy who's injury prone, and we keep signing people who are injury prone. Especially this Leonard Johnson guy, this cornerback,
Yeah,
injury
yeah.
prone. We're signing
Yeah.
people who are injury prone.
yeah.
That's an equation for disaster. I'm not trying to speak this into existence. We do not want another Evan Ingram saga.
Ugh,
we
God.
don't need another
Let's
Evan Ingram
avoid
saga.
that at all costs. Jeez.
And if we sign Darren Waller, is Daniel Bellinger going to be a blocking tight end primarily? Are we going to do 2 tight end sets where we have 2 tight ends going out for routes? If we do that, that makes us even more versatile. Darren Waller and Bellinger,
Yeah.
that is promising if that actually is what they're trying to do.
Let's hope they got it. Let's hope they have a plan for it.
Yeah. We got a lot more that we could talk about, but let's break this up into different podcast family. It makes it more so that we can see you guys more often anyway, because we've been gone for a while. So let's do it that way. If you want to see us in our next video, you know what you have to do if you haven't done it already. You should be hitting that like button and subscribing if you haven't done so. Anyone that's already subscribed, of course, thank you. We appreciate you. Also, it would really help us out if you donated. There is a donate button. We have a Patreon. Please, it's in our PayPal. There's a little link in the description. Just give us a little bit of a donation. It really helps the family. All you're doing is donating to the family. That's it.
Yes, that's it.
You're donating to yourselves. So try to make sure we're sharing the videos as well. We want everyone to see our videos. We want all the Giants fans to know that there's a mother and son out there who cares so much that we want to bring this information to you. Please make sure you guys are doing that. Make sure you take care of yourselves. It's rough out there, especially as a Giants fan. Don't let nobody bully you.
That's right.
We want you to defend yourself. All right, let me stop. All right, everybody. That's it for now.
Bye.
Take care.